everyone, it's Desiree. I am here combining some peg stamps. And that's another great thing about the peg stamp set. So it doesn't matter what they are. So all of the florals, you can mix and match those sets and stamp to create your backgrounds or your focal point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a background, but I'm going to die cut into it. Now, there's so many different ways that you can do what I'm about to do. I am using the sets Brambly Rose and Delicate Rose. So Brambly Rose are the larger roses in the set, the larger leaves and vines. And then your Delicate Rose, everything is just smaller. All right, you know, you've got these little clusters. Those 3 rose clusters, that's coming from the Delicate Rose. And I am just filling this in. Now, I'm using my Concord and Ninth inks in Sprout Parsley. Those are the 2 greens. Mushroom, which will be the vine. Cranberry, Honeysuckle, and Ballet Slipper are going to be the shades of roses that are going to fill this background up. I'm going to use a die, and I know it's from Simon Says, and if I'm not mistaken, it came from a recent kit. I don't know which one. I will try to find the name of this die, because I do know Simon Says from their kits will sell the stamps and the dies individually. So I'll try to find it, but it's the 3 balloons that I'm going to be featuring. So again, have fun. Keep turning your peg stamps as you're creating your backgrounds. That will create that interest. You do want to start out, what I find, and I learned this from Lindsay, the Frugal Crafter. She's the one that got me hooked on peg stamps. So some of you say, you know, yeah, I went to the store, I shopped. You're mean. Okay. Yeah, blame her. Because she actually got me hooked on them. And I fell in love with them, the way that she was using them. And one of the tips that she gave was you start out with the largest size stamp and then you work your way down. And that is very true. Now, I kind of break it up. When I've got my florals, I do the largest floral first, and then I'll stamp to the smaller ones. And then I'll go back to the greens and I'll stamp the largest green, and then I'll go down to the smallest ones. Again, to me, that just makes sense. You know, got to do all the florals first, then put the greenery in, because that's the filler. But it does work when you do that. You can get a more even coverage. You can get a better flow of what you're stamping. So that's what our panel looks like. It's bold, it's vibrant. And I'm going to stamp 3 balloons. Now, I chose to use the pattern on all 3 balloons. You may not want to. You may not like that because you can't see the balloons, because you can't define the balloons. So I'll probably get a couple thumbs down for that. Sorry. But if you could use solid cardstock for the other 2 balloons and then just have that one large one, really large, with your florals on it. Absolutely. So again, take the tips and tricks and learn from my mistakes. Learn from my happy accidents and my boo-boos. I don't like to use the word mistakes because there are no mistakes. They're happy accidents. They're boo-boos. They're whoops. Let's go this way now. I do like it though. Unfortunately, the video doesn't define them the way that they should. Now, I'm coming in with some vintage photo very lightly, just around the edge. And that's what, when I look at this card, and I'm looking at it right now, you can see the difference between the balloons. You can see that they are propped up and there's dimension and there's shadows and everything else. The video's just not catching that. I created a pink design base, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I then have a gray mat that's cut to 4 to 5 1/4. And then I have my white base where my balloons and my sentiment are going to go. And that is cut to 3 3/4 by 5. So again, I came down 1/4 inch on each mat. Now, one of the things I forgot to do, there's always something, is I enjoy doodling my balloon strings. I really like that. I have a lot of fun with it. So I totally forget to do this. Now, what also comes with the die is the little notch, the highlight notch. And I did die cut these in white, and then I used them as layers to prop up my smaller balloons. But I am still using that highlight because, again, it really does pop out. I'm using a sentiment by Birch Press, and it's called Birthday Wishes Sugar Script. Here is the second boo-boo that I made, and I didn't realize it until I was flipping the card. I put wishes on the front, which is fine. It's okay. I mean, it's not, but it's not what I wanted to do originally, to be very honest with you. I took this panel onto my standard A2 size card base, and now since it's a landscape card, it's going to be a side folding card. Here I am. I'm really just gently lifting up the wishes, very gingerly. Nothing really had a chance to stick, and I'm just real quick drawing in those lines with my micron. So I got it in. Yay! I did use the gray for my sentiment. So now I'm taking the birthday. I wanted to go in the front, and wishes to go on the inside. For some reason, I flipped it. Again, it's not wrong. So I'm going to take the birthday and put it on the inside of our card. Just because I've die cut the birthday 3 times does not mean it can't go on the inside of our card. It's not that much dimension. I then grabbed my micron again and wrote happy. So wishes on the front, and then happy birthday on the inside. Simple fix. It's a birthday card. Even if you just put wishes on the front and not birthday on the inside, wishes. Birthday wishes. It does work. Okay, I added a few gems to the larger flowers. These are clear iridescent gems. Just scattered them around. And today, I hope you did enjoy today's project. Absolutely. We kind of went around and about, but there's so many possibilities when it comes to a die like this and products that you already have on hand. As always, though, the products that I did use will be listed down below in the video description. And if you have any questions, make sure you leave those down below as well. And I will get back to you as soon as I can. If you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. I'd love you to be part of my group here. Hit that thumbs up. That helps YouTube to boop it along out to others, because if you liked it, maybe they did. You never know. It could make it worse. You gotta love algorithms. I hope everyone's enjoying their day. I hope you're finally getting some great weather. We are. Finally, we are getting into spring, and that's why I sound like I have a horse living in my throat, so I do apologize. But always enjoy your process and enjoy the art that you create. But what you always need to remember is be creative. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care, guys.